evening to one and all. My respects to our Honorable Minister of Department of Industries, Thiru Thangam Thennarasu sir. The Honorable Consul General of Republic of Korea, Mr. Young-seup Kwon, I hope I pronounced right. Yeah. Mr. Ramakrishnan, the Vice President, and Mr. Thangaraj, and all the distinguished guests who have assembled here today. Thank you so much. I really deem this as an honor to have invited me here today. I haven't watched so much of Korean films, but recently during the pandemic I did watch a couple of them, and one of them really touched my heart. The name was, it's an old film actually, not too old, after 2000 only. Why it was so touchy was because I think the sentiments echoed in the Korean way of life and our Indian way of life is quite similar. The emotions and the sentiments that are felt by the people are quite similar, what I feel. Because this was a very touchy story about a small child and his grandmother. The mother who's actually looking for work, she has lost her job and she's looking for some new employment. She leaves her little son, maybe around 6 or 8 years old. She leaves him with her mother in a far off, a very isolated place. It's more like a hill area and more like a forest and sort of place. And this boy who's used to living in the city and having all the KFC chicken and, the fries and the pastries and things like that has to suddenly go and live with his grandmother, who lives a very frugal sort of life and very isolated actually. So he is so annoyed, and his, looking at his grandmother. She's a very frail woman who can't talk and she's bent double. She cannot, but she does all her own work on her own. And he actually hates her. But she is being the grandmother, she just tolerates him. She gives in to everything he wants. She listens to him. And she just goes out of her way to be kind to him in spite of him insulting her. He's a small child, but he tries to hurt her by saying words and things about her. But her tolerance level is so much. She's a grandmother and she has seen young children, so she's so tolerant of this child. And towards the end of the film, how he changes and how he starts admiring her and, her selflessness is what is all this film is about. And it so touched my heart because it is a sentiment that we echo so much in our country. So I really enjoyed this film so much and I really want to watch more films. I've been asking Mr. Thangaraj to suggest some good films, because I really love films which have got a lot of sentiment and meaning and affection and all that, more than the actual violence and stuff like that. Though I know the Parasite film has been such a big hit recently, but I still haven't watched that film. I would any day love to watch films like this. And thank you so much. I was really looking forward to watching more films, but if time permits, I would definitely love to come and watch the films tomorrow or day after. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I hope to visit Korea someday. And thank you so much for the hospitality and the lovely Korean vegetarian food, which I really enjoyed today. Thank you so much.